Just like any other business, brick and mortar businesses need sales to stay in business, and they also need to stay competitive because, unlike most other businesses, they're not only competing with the other brick and mortars in their area and neighborhood, but they're also competing with all the online stores as well. So they need to nurture everyone that comes through their door and somehow make them come back again and again. So in this video, I'm going to show you a super cool automation that includes a Google form, Airtable, and Make to build an email list from customers that actually want to be on the list of that brick and mortar store. So every time somebody walks in, you can bribe them with something cool and ask them for their email address. That actually will save money from running ads, because we know, especially with local brick and mortar businesses, even if you run ads, you may spend a lot of money offering, say, vouchers or anything, and then still not get enough people through your door. But the best way to build a list and nurture your current customers, the people that actually walk through the door, is to get them on your list right there and then. So let me switch my screen and I'll show you how. So this is the automation we're going to build today. And as you can see, it's very simple, but combined with our database, our Airtable database, it becomes a very, very powerful list builder for local stores. And here's the other thing, because it's easy and it's easy to maintain, all you need to do is, for every store that you sell this service to, because you don't have to build it for them. If you go and say, I'm going to build this thing for you and you can run it yourself, most store owners will run away. But if you say, I can build you a list building machine, you're not going to spend any money on ads, and I'll get you returning customers, then they'll start listening to you. And you can sell it for as little as $100 for the setup, and maybe $300 plus for as a monthly retainer, and just run it and fine tune it for each store that you sell it to. Super easy to sell and super easy to run. And it's a very, very unique way to build an email list and to get stores returning customers. Okay, so the first thing is we are going to build our database. And in our database, we will need, sorry, this is my test base, but in our Airtable, we're going to have two tables. One will be for the new clients, and one will be for the emails that we're going to be sending. Okay, so the first table will have the name, the email, and some of the products that we're selling. I built this from a butcher, so I'm kind of using the same products as I did for him. So in his case, we were targeting people that were buying chicken, beef, pork, and lamb, just the four most basic meats. And then we have another field. So all of these are just normal check boxes. So this is a name field. This is an email field. Then we have, for each of the products, we have an actual checkbox. And the last field is the checked item. So this one has a little formula, because we would like to concatenate the different products with a comma, because we want to be able to separate them. And it's very easy. I actually didn't come up with this formula. ChatGPT did. And it's very, very easy. Or if you are part of my school community, you can grab this Airtable for free. If you're not a member, make sure that you check the link below and come and join us. So basically, it says trim, concatenate, and then parentheses, and for each product I have an if a formula. So if it's chicken, you're going to write a chicken, and for beef, pork, and lamb. So this is pretty easy. I'm not entirely sure why I saved it again. um, Now, also, I've got these hidden fields that I'm going to show you. You will need to have a created field. So this is basically the created time, and a modified field in order to be running this database with make. So because I don't generally need them, we only need them for make, I kind of hide them all the time. All right, the second table, I've just called it emails, but basically I have all the products here, and I have different things that we want to send in the email. In the butcher's case, he wanted to sell some, he wanted to send some recipes. He wanted to send some recipes for soups, stews, and salads with the different meats. Now, just for this tutorial, I've just put a couple of things here and there so you can visually see what is going on. And then we were sending a voucher. I think that a voucher is a great way to get people back in, because first you make them feel sorry, first you make them feel warm and fuzzy by sending them something valuable. And in the case of my butcher, he was sending really nice recipes, so everyone who came to his store bought a piece of meat. He sent a nice recipe for that meat, and we sent a voucher. Basically, just one thing: when you're sending vouchers, make sure that you always have a valid until date, because you don't want people to get it and think that this is valid for the rest of their lives. You want to be able to get them in as soon as possible. So this is basically our Airtable. You only need these two Airtables. Don't bother about these other ones. They're just for the test. The next thing you do is you do need to have, you need to have a some sort of a form so people can come and fill out their details, and this will send all these details with a webhook to Airtable. So basically, in our case, we just wanted the full name, the email address, and just the products they bought, and then they submitted that. As soon as they submitted that form, we grabbed all this information with a webhook here. So basically, let's start building that. And I am going to, let me just have a look at, and this is my brick and mortar. So we'll start with a webhook. Okay. And I'm going to find my webhook, which I cannot find. Can we? Nope, I cannot find my webhook. So actually, no, let's go with a test one, because this will be easy to show you. Okay, so we have our test hook. In order to get this form into Airtable, we actually need to to grab this address and put it in the script of our, sorry, I've been testing. We need to put it in the script of our form. So to do this, you're going to click on these three dots here, go to script editor. Now, again, if you are in my school community, you will have access to this script. Otherwise, and again, I'm not a coder, so what I did is I went to Claude, I think it was this time, and I said, hey, I need a script for my Google form to send a webhook to make.com. And it just came up with it. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'll just change the webhook address from here. And I'm going to click yes. And I am going to basically test it. I'm going to save it, and I am going to test it. So I'm going to just run this module. I want to make sure that my webhook is working. This is the very first thing. It's pointless to build a whole automation and then run it and find out that my hook is not working. So let's start with this hook. I'm going to fill out this form. I'm going to say Monica. I'm going to give it my email address, theexpertimpact.com, and let's say I am buying my lamb, and I'm going to submit this form, and I'm going to go and have a look if I actually got it. Here we go. If I open my input, I can see that my webhook is working, which is great. So the next step is to transfer this product into Airtable, and we're going to create a record. Okay, I'm going to choose my base, which is my test database. I'm going to choose a new client. This is my table. And then I'm going to map out the name and the email from the webhook. Now, in here, we actually have to map out every single one of those fields. And we are going to map it out as if our product contains the product, and the product is chicken, and this is equal. Sorry, I'm trying to remember my formula. Is equal to, so if the product we bought is equal to chicken, then it's true. And we're going to, the yes means that our checkbox will get checked. So this one, if this is the chicken, this checkbox will get checked. Otherwise, we are going to have an empty string. Okay, I believe this is, let me just see if this will save. And we are missing, actually we're not missing, we've got a semicolon when it has to be parentheses. So yep, this is fine. And then we're going to map out every single one of them. Now, to make it quick and easy, sorry, I'm just going to copy and paste. And then the only thing I'm going to change is my product. And I believe this one is beef. Then what do we have? We have pork. So it's very easy. You just need to map it out the first time. And the last one is lamb. All right, so now that we've mapped everything out, the next thing we want to do is actually, if we have more than one product, we want to separate them. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a text parser. Now, one thing that you probably don't know about me is that regex patterns are not my thing. So basically, I do go to AI and I say, hey, I need a regex pattern, and I'm going to copy this so I can separate these checked items, which is the items that are coming through the webhook, with a comma. And I don't want it to be case sensitive. I want a global match. And all I want to do is grab these checked items from here. Okay. Now we are going to get another Airtable module. And this way we're going to actually check the records. We're going to search the records. And we're going to select our base again. We're going to select our table. Okay, we're going to actually, sorry, that's not the right one. We're going to select our table here. And so we're using the second table. This one is the one we want to check the records for. And we are going to select all. I don't usually select the product because this is from the first table. We don't need that. We just need the other things that we're going to be sending. And we are going to set a formula. So we're going to say the product has to be, has to be equal to the product that we are mapping out. And you can set up a limit to whatever you want. Now, in my case, I have 4 products. I can limit it to 4, or I can even limit it to 1 if I only have 1 product. And we're going to say okay. All right, the next thing we want to map is before we send the email. So here's the thing. With our webhook, if you look at the name, it comes as one string. So if I pass it on to my email, just like that, it will say, hey, Monica Maleva, which actually sounds really weird. So I want only my first name to pass, which is another text parser. And again, I will grab the pattern that I've had from my other table. And basically, I'm going to map the full name. I don't want it to be case sensitive. I want a global match. And I'm just going to grab my text pattern, my regex pattern from here. And I'm going to say, yes, this is what I want. What is going on? It tells me that the transformer cannot be the last module, which is fine. The next module that we want is the email module. So we want to send an email straight away with whatever we promised our customer that we are going to send. Okay. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need our recipient's email address, which we can easily grab from the webhook. The subject can be anything you want. Here are your goodies and voucher. I'm going to leave the content type as HTML. And then I will start typing the content. Basically, I can say, hey, actually, another thing I want to do is, do we have the uppercase? Hang on. I need to find that upper capitalize. Okay, we want to capitalize, and we want to capitalize the name. So we're going to say, hey, first name with a capital first letter. And we can say, we can just make it look nice. Sorry. So that BR is just creating space between my paragraphs. And I can say, hey, here are your, now in this case, because it's a butcher, here are your recipes. Enjoy. I'm not gonna go too far with that. And then I'm going to go back down. I'm going to copy and paste my space, and then I'm going to basically grab the soups. I can have the stews and the salads. Then what I'm going to say is, I also wanted to give you this voucher for I think this was 20% off. I don't even know, $20 off. It looks like for $20 off for next time you visit the store. And then what we're going to do is, as you can see in here, I just wanted to show you, we are using we're using a bit of HTML, which I'm going to actually copy, because we want to actually get a proper link. I want to map the voucher URL. And then I can say, let me just put some more space in here, and I'll see you next time, Monica. And this is it. So let me save it and we can run it together. Whoa. And see how it performs. Okay, so I'm going to click run once. I'm going to, okay, we don't have anything. I just want to make sure that there's nothing. Yep, there's absolutely nothing in our Airtable. I'm going to submit a response. So I'm going to say Monica Maleva, and I'm going to give my email address. And let's select that lamb again, and we'll have a look what is happening. Okay, it looks like everything is running. So let's check our Airtable. As you can see, my name, my email address, and the product I bought, the lamb, is actually selected, and I've got my checked items. So from these checked items, it knows that I went for my lamb, and it sent me an email, which I'm still waiting for. Okay, let's see if I actually gave it my correct address. Here we go. The address is wrong. Let's try it again. So I'm going to delete that. And that was funny. Okay, take two. Let's make sure that I actually have my email address right. Impact.com, and I'm going to select my lamb again. And hopefully this time it will work, because it worked up until I gave it the wrong email address. Here we go. For a second there, I thought that I'm not going to get it again, but here we go. So I would probably fix the HTML a little bit. And here's what it says. Hey, Monica, you can see that this name here is capitalized, and it says here your recipes, enjoy. Here's my recipe. This is some more of the recipe, and then we've got the voucher with the voucher URL. And if I click on that URL, I can actually right click and save my image. So this is basically the whole funnel. This is the whole automation. Now, something else I would do, and this is something that not everybody has. So if they have an email autoresponder, I will put another module in here, and I'll say maybe they're with Active Campaign, and I can just add a contact, which is it add, create the contact. Sorry. Oh, create or update contact. So that way I can put it straight into their email autoresponder. If they don't have an email autoresponder and you don't particularly want to give them access to your database, all you need to do is add a Google Sheet module. And basically, you can start a Google Sheet even in their Google account or in your Google account, give them access to it, and just map out the name and the email address for every single person. And that way, there will be a running list with email addresses that they can use. And don't forget, all this is available in my school community: the Airtable database, the automation blueprint, and how to set up your Google form. Plus, another thing that I didn't show you is you have this QR code generator. This is really, really cool. If you want people to just scan a QR code while they're paying for the product, rather than trying to get a link for the Google form, this will be very, very easy to just print out and have it next to the cash register, so people just scan it and they fill out the form automatically. So as I said, everything is available in my school. If I don't see you there, I'll see you next time.